recollection of where we were was that the Thaiatians had blockaded the city and there was a growing international crisis that you
Yes.
were thinking of trying to do something about. Um, do we need to check in on who's involved and what everyone remembers about what happened last time?
Um, I think I kind of got it. We were gonna um well, the Naga was gonna go and have a nice chat with the Thaisian general while the
Mhm.
Gabos took a walk under the ship in case things went south.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm
Right
sure
with the
we're
life
gonna find
support.
a very peaceful resolution to this whole thing.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, and then uh, is Shala still like in the Nagas world? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I think the only reason the not the only, but the reason that the Naga is kind of interested in this is because he's he was caught up in the whole mythological side of herself or something. So she was like, you know, flashing back or not flashing back, but like this was, she was thinking about like when the bird people had kind of invaded, the Naga's underworld home. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to remember that that's like her viewpoint of this right now.
Sure.
Um, yeah.
Okay. So just trying to think about if there's anything in particular we need to stage. No, I think we can. I think we can go ahead and go to this. Well, like how would the Naga approaching the coming at? Well, what I'm trying to remember
So
what the actual conversation you had was. Uh, I think she indicated she was open to.
Yeah. But also the Naga had done some mystical detective work, and I think it had indicated that taking the admiral or general out would probably make the
Oh,
Phaeacians
right.
withdraw. So
Yeah.
that's on the table
right, and
too.
and we were kind of thinking like this is like a maybe this is a good like the it's questionable as to whether just killing the general is like the right thing to do.
Right.
It's like highly questionable, but I think I'm just going with the idea that the Naga is seeing this as like a like already an assault. Which I guess it is. Obviously there's like a more complicated context with Glauger,
Mhm.
but I think the way I'm trying to play her is probably less strategic overall in the long run and more caught up in yeah. So
Okay.
I just have to remember where because my head was at some place like that when we last played. Which was it 2 weeks ago or was it 3 weeks?
Yeah, it was like three. It was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, we missed it. We
Okay,
missed time.
right. So yeah, I'm trying to get back in that months. Yeah, I think that's yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty curious if like the Queen or Ababa through the Queen like put Glauger up to it. Someone fed Glauger
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
intel, so I
Right.
wonder if maybe there's some kind of coup going on or something.
Oh, right. You had figured out that right. Okay,
Yeah.
about Glauger getting kind of like tipped off to this by someone in Irendi's. This was yeah. Okay.
Yeah, somebody, yeah, told him there was some treasure under the temple and there wasn't. So,
Right. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, so do we want to start first with the whole Thaiation fleet thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so are you kind of approaching, but you're going to approach, like the Naga is going to sort of approach diplomatically, is what I understand. Like
Um.
you're
Yeah. Yeah. The
maybe,
night. Yeah. So. Oh, it's yeah. I mean, okay.
or
Yeah, I have to like
in state as the Naga.
the Naga is gonna approach. So like, okay, what does diplomacy mean to like you
Right.
know, to like a mythical hero? She's gonna like approach as the Naga. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like she's not coming and like tearing people limb from limb, but she's coming as like
Right. Right. Right.
you know what I mean? Um,
Right.
I do.
there's not like an official method. She's just kind of like gonna come up, like gonna go find the admiral,
Right.
basically.
Okay.
You know, like yeah, and she has, like she has this Escher
Right.
services
So you
power.
can just sort of like walk across the air, right? And
Yeah, exactly. So she's she's like like ascending some like great defensive wall that was breached somewhere, in the
yeah,
ancient times by these bird people or whatever, and she's walking across that to,
yeah. So
and that's what's
I
kind of
sort of-
transporting her.
yeah. So you're headed toward the harder, and I sort of picture like all of your followers have come out, like everyone, the entire city has come out to like see, and
Wow.
there are like people cheering and things like that in the streets, and it's like looking like a big day for the Naga. Could be a good big what's the word, public relations coup if this goes,
Yeah.
is what it looks like it's going to be. Because
Okay.
like crowding the streets and the docks to like look at you, like head towards this fleet and
What
then
is required? Like, what is the meaning of a presence attack? Like, what is required for it? Can me like just being like present in a way that that like Irendi's military seemingly isn't, and me doing something, is that enough to warrant like some kind of like role
yeah,
for impact or?
I think that's reasonable. I think you're expressing presence.
Okay, and I'm definitely exhibiting a power because I'm like walking
Yeah,
up in the air, and there's probably like the shimmering outline of like this weird wall that I'm kind of walking
right.
on the
Yeah.
battlements of. Um,
So, so you can go ahead and do that. Sort of just presence attack all the onlookers, including the people on the ships, I guess. And it's sort
oh
of
yeah. Okay. Cool.
it,
Okay, so how many dice? So I have 6 dice.
so I
Like,
think we'll just give you the exhibiting a power, and then you can roll
all right.
that 7 dice. That's plenty impressive.
Okay, 7 is the core, right? That's what I want. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you already rolled. You got 7.
Yeah, I got 7.
Okay, so the people in general have 3, so they're odd and kind of like. So I
Yeah.
everyone's sort of like holding their breath as you just like walking, and people are, the like sailors on the ships are just staring at you as you sail over. And let me check real quick.
And they can't, I'm high up enough in the air they can't see my big black eye from getting punched in the face.
Yeah. And the Admiral Nessa is on the ship too. She looks impressed, but is still sort of like holding her nerve, I think. And now,
Yeah,
meanwhile,
so this is I'm just thinking like this is like they probably would have maybe tried to shoot me out of the sky. I don't know. Maybe they would have tried to shoot me out of the sky is if I hadn't been so impressive, or are they?
maybe I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know.
Well, that would yeah.
Uh, sorry, but I guess one important thing about the presence attack is that with all eyes on you, that um, I'm I'm going to say that the paladin has a pretty easy time, just like hopping into the water and trudging along the.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm trying to. Where is your?
Well, and
character
just
sheet.
for framing, I again just to kind of find out, how and when I'm entering the scene, I should probably roll to see, if life support triggers, and I'm
Oh,
also
that's right.
curious if my
Oh,
Get life support for free. Right?
yeah, I'm also curious if my combat awareness is active too. So I'll just roll for both of those. And I actually went ahead and spent 5 of my points on a situational skill uh, that for like +1 to the ego on those rolls when all three gobos are like aligned. So I'm trying to
Oh,
roll
fun.
under 12 now.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
And that's okay, that's a failure. So I guess we can wait on the combat. So we are, I mean, you tell me, Rod, but I'm
Oh,
thinking
you're
maybe we're running late, trying to patch
okay.
some
Yeah,
some
that
leaks.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh, so you're not necessarily going to be there when if something goes down right away. So, did roll for the awareness
Okay.
or just to make sure, or that adds some context to what.
Another, yeah. So another
oh shit.
failure. So
Oh,
we're
okay, that's
we're
pretty
busy
bad.
patching holes.
Okay, so you're sort of like stuck. So I think that's like both of them failing is probably going to mean that if something happens, you're just not going to be where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
oh,
imagining just, someone's upside
Shit.
down. They've got their whole like hand in a
yeah,
leak,
you can
and
see like you can sort of see the Naga like settling down on the deck of the ship as everyone stares at her, and you're just sort of like, wait, we haven't got the give me
hurry
that
up.
duck.
Oh, there's another one.
Uh, anyway, um, so on on the deck of the ship, I think Ionessa is there in like a chair, like a little chair on the deck with like well, like it's floating, but like one of those sea chest type tables or something like that, with maybe some bottles next to it, and she says, um, I think I'm trying to get across that she is impressed by the presence attack, but not like completely like blown away like the other, like just the randos. Uh, so she says, I'm glad to see you've decided to talk with us. Would you care for some brandy, or is that? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what's appropriate to offer you.
Okay, I am instantly having a struggle here because I'm like, am I just gonna try to kill this? Like, I mystically have set like
Yeah,
found this answer. Like this is, this is like this could be like cutting the head off of the snake or whatever. Um, and I'm just wondering, like,
or of the
is
bird, as the Nagas say.
or of the yes, yes, yes. Oh my god, yeah, that's right. This could be like cutting the head off the bird, or um,
I guess since I mean, talking about combat, I mean, there are like sailors on board with like
sure,
muskets and shit, so
yeah, yeah.
there are some hazards.
Um,
They'll have a they'll be affected more by the presence attack than.
right. So are there, and I'm just to get the full picture, are there like people watching on the shore, like Erendian people? Like how visible is this to the shore?
Uh, I guess pretty visible, but you're not like you're kind of far out. Like her ship is sort of in the middle of the fleet, so it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people are trying to like look and see what's going on. Like these two little tiny, like the Naga is kind of bigger, but the other little tiny figures around are like so.
Okay. I forgot because I forgot to rewrite my psychological situations, but I wanted one about like getting trapped in myth
Oh, that's
and
right. Yeah.
Nice.
and um it's kind of like I don't know if it's lame for me to be like, oh, I'll just make an ego roll to see like
What
if I'm president or
what if
not.
it was I actually tried to do this with like one of the first characters I played when Ron invented side effects, but it never came up. But I was playing uh well, I used side effects and I was playing this guy who was like the scarab was this sorcerer who used this Egyptian magic and stuff and like the side effect would be like when he pushed his powers like it was images. So like
Cool.
Egyptian gods would appear and start talking to him, or like
Oh,
he could actually, if like they rolled really well, end up in like this Egyptian underworld or something like that.
oh, that's really cool.
So so that was yeah, but that was based so that was based on side effect images or illusions. I think it was illusions at the time. Now it's images. Um,
Right.
but there's right, you would think about like what the trigger was and what what happens. Is it just like you're seeing things from another world and you're not like interacting with the real world anymore? Because like images does
Yeah,
work well for that, but there are other possibilities like it could be an entangle or a flash or a.
I think maybe it's just an irrational
Or
situation.
okay,
And
just a
then and basically like the reason that I was thinking that it was becoming so relevant was because we just had this big fight with the bird people, and then
right.
right after it there's like this invasion of the place we live. So it's like very much like this reliving of this myth. So I think in this issue of the comic it's very relevant, but it's not like the Naga's always doing this shit. Okay. I'm gonna just go with a fucking ego roll. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe I'm just like not brave enough to just do what I need
okay.
to do. I don't know. All right, I failed the ego roll. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if that's lame. I don't know.
What
I
a
think it's
wreck.
believable. Whatever. Okay, so the Naga says, you know, isn't like, oh, you're a bird person. It's not that. It's
Yeah,
just she is seeing this person as like a big bird,
right.
in this like weird, shitty, stupid, dumb way. She's just like, she's like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, she says, I'm not here to talk to you. Um, I'm here to to cut you into pieces, and then she's gonna
Okay.
lunge forward and try to kill this person.
Okay.
So yeah,
Cut
So
to, like the one of the goblins, like, what's going on over there? And, Jumbo's like, there's like, she's manifesting fire, and oh, that's never a good sign. And then,
yeah,
oh
this is
shit.
terrible, and this is bad because it's like more of her kind of going and I don't know if this is the gobos. I don't know if this is what the gobos want, basically.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Whatever.
So
Gotta
let
go
me
for my guy.
just say I'm getting a ship from the internet. So
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm about to like get killed. I don't know. This is bad.
well, yeah, I don't know. You've been a pretty tough cookie so far. Um,
Yeah.
all right, so I'll put this ship map in the doesn't have hexes though, but let me put this in.
Nice.
Did that show up? Does that show up in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you'd probably be on like I can't remember ship names. The the front is the forecastle or the or something. Um, it, is the captain in the front or the rear? What's the
I
rules?
think the
Or
rear, because the
yeah,
I don't know. I think the rear though.
because the wheel is back there. So
Yeah.
maybe you're yeah, but there's more room up. There's more room amidships,
The,
as they say. There, I
is
thought
it
of
the
it.
prow? No, the prow is the prow this
It's
part
the
of the
pointy,
front of
it's
the.
the pointy thing in
It's the
front,
pointy thing. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
at least on old Greek ships it is, and I guess this is technically still a prow. Um, But I'm gonna put you on the in the middle of the ship just because there's more like there's room for something to have happened here.
Mhm.
So, and in terms of hexes wide, what does it look like? It's maybe it's pretty big, right? Like it looks like it's
Yeah,
2, 4, 6,
like
8.
6 hexes wide or something.
Is
Like
it
if you
six?
look at the
Is a hex is 2 meters, right? Yeah, because a car is two. Okay, a car is 2 hexes, right? So yeah, I mean, 6 hexes wide seems
Okay.
reasonable, and then however many hexes long, right? Like it looks like uh,
okay, and
eight,
so
18 to 20.
let's so I have growth. I'm just trying to so I have growth 3. So I fill up like
Most of this middle part, right?
yeah, so oh I'm only one hex in area actually. I'd have to have 6 growth to be 2 hexes. Okay. Anyways.
All right.
And then sorry to make you do more math, Rod, but how many hexes away are the gobos on shore?
Well, bluntly, probably enough that we'll have to consider your out of combat movement if you
Yeah.
want to fly there.
Yeah. Okay,
Uh,
cool.
and I forget what page that's on,
Ooh.
but
I'll take a look. Yeah, I'll find out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Look that up for me, and we'll just resolve this first round. Oh, let me get up that. Where's that jam board with the? I guess I don't need this Google Images link anymore.
And
Where did?
this is maybe possibly an annoying question, but when does is she is the admiral? I don't remember. She
Yeah.
losing is she losing
She's losing
some
a half phase, so
okay, so
so
not
she
not
can
too bad.
do something, uh,
Right.
and potentially
Oh, so
defend
she had
herself.
she had a good role on her
Yeah,
presence. Oh my
yeah, yeah.
god. I guess it makes sense. She's like a
She's not a chump like these.
yeah.
Okay. Let me just there make more make more sticky notes. Um,
The Naga did warn the Gabos that she was having a hard time discerning realities.
Yes.
So okay, so it's not all terrible. It's not all terrible. It's not all terrible.
Yeah, I think we'll know we need to get over there. When we see
Yeah,
you throw the first punch.
yeah.
uh, 6. Okay, and she speed 6. Yeah, she speed 6. So it's just basically every other phase like everyone else, and she's Dex 13. So she's actually before the. Oh, she's before the Naga. But she only has a half phase to start. So, like, when you announce your hostile intent, she'll actually go first, but not necessarily be able to lose a half phase action. She can. What's the Naga's growth again? How big are you?
I am 1 hex in area, and I have 2 hexes reach. I have growth 3. Growth 3.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, so she's going to go ahead and try to grab you and okay, so once you like announce your hostile intent,
Yeah.
or if you're there to cut her into pieces, she'll just say like, I'm all right, cool line. I've been cut into pieces before and I always come back. And she just sort of like will reach out like across the deck to you and she's gonna stretch, like she's gonna try to grab you.
Okay.
She's gonna like stretch her like arms, which are made of like living water, and like her hair, like her arms
Oh
and her hair
no.
all reach out like
Yeah.
tentacles to grab you.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, this is really bad. This is terrible.
And I should make up. I need to make up cannons as hazards too. I get 12d6 blast. It's fine. Anyway, are you taking any defensive action?
God. I probably should, right? I don't want to get like I don't want to just get like my shit rocked right away. Yeah. Yes, I will do my martial dodge.
Okay, martial dodge. So what is
Let's
that?
see.
Like crazy plus defense? I think.
Yeah, I might need a little. Okay, here we go. It is a +5 defense.
Yeah. So you're up to 18. Uh,
Oh, but she has higher speed than me, and I've had to abort. It's not very good.
so she's going to be at 15 because of her extra limbs. Her hair counts as extra.
Oh,
So she's at minus.
oh.
So she needs an 8 or less. Uh, did not get it though.
Ooh.
So you
Okay, yeah. So this
get
water is
dodge
like
or
I think the Naga does.
oh,
I feel like the water is like crashing over like a like the Naga is kind of.
that's
I
right.
think
You
she actually
told me
just
about
coils
like
up.
yeah.
Yeah, she coils up and but she doesn't even have to because the water's like crashing off this like wall in front of her or
Right,
something.
right,
That kind of
right.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and now it's your
I don't. Okay. It I get to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, even though I
Oh
drop.
wait,
Okay,
no wait,
I
you
just
marked
drop. I dropped though.
you dodged. So
Yeah,
you dropped this turn. My bad.
yeah.
Okay. So hazards on phase 3, and so when they see this happening, I guess I'm gonna put like 3 sailors on each, like the fore and aft decks, and they're gonna go ahead and fire off like boarding pistols at you.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the annoying question again of if they're losing any actions for the
Oh
presence
shit!
attack.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, they lose this phase. Okay,
Okay. Okay, good, because I was kind of counting on that.
good, good call. Good save.
Nice.
Um, so we go to 4, and I guess Nessa's gonna go ahead and keep trying to attack you with her prehensile hair, and like
Okay.
she's gonna say I think she's registering that there's this weird unearthly effect, and she's like, "What is this?" As her hair is like the water that her hair is made of is like trying to splash and seep over and around these mysterious ghostly, like in the comic books it's probably like you see like the water splashing over and like revealing the form of these ancient columns
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's
and
cool.
so she's going to attack one more time on phase 4 and
Now, do I still get my +5 defensive? I just am not sure how it works. I'm
okay
always behind on this.
Yeah,
that I think
you
you
keep
need
all the
well
adjustments until you act
oh wait does
next.
she get oh until her next oh you're right
Oh wow. So the next time I go, it's kind of reset, basically. Is that
yeah, but you're gonna
okay?
get
Okay.
like so she's gonna have to attack through this dodge twice unless but if she holds her action and goes after you, then you could okay, so if he dodges this attack, he doesn't have to wait. Can we get a rules check on this? This may be if this works like that, it's a something I hadn't really considered before. In other words, does the dodge last until literally your phase or until a segment where you have your next phase? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and is this a martial dodge?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look.
Mm. Oh, once again. I'll go to the. Well, wait. I can just look for search dodge. I, yeah. This is another. This is another one of those things where I don't think I've really been considering the implications.
I think my gut feeling is that it is to. Oh, yeah, it is a good question about whether it's to your next. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm literally not finding it in specific explanation of what dodging does in the book, apart from like basically the timing is. Once again, I'm going to go back to third edition and just check and see if the language is more clear, is clear about what this timing issue is. Is it reactive? Are they called reactive maneuvers, or are they called defensive maneuvers? Well, no, reactive is a specific thing. Or reaction.
Probably defensive. Yeah, defensive combat maneuver is what it's called in Champions now.
Okay. Defensive maneuvers or strategic movement are not possible. That's for defensive maneuver. Uh, if we don't know, the reason I'm like sort of a little stuck on this is because this is kind of a significant. It's a pretty significant timing question that, like, it's kind of a big game design thing that I haven't really considered because the game is different if dodging against a single opponent lets you dodge two of their attacks with the same action. And like, is that intentional or is it supposed to be like one for one?
Right.
Oh, abort is maybe the a useful keyword to look up. Reactive defensive maneuver. Martial block is no reactive use. That's effective damage. It's defending damage from all attacks. Oh, hmm. Okay. It's like, it feels like I actually don't know how to play the game. Um, all right, I'm gonna have to. Do you mind if I just keep reading it? Well,
No, take your time.
oh,
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, or
I'm a little frustrated that's taking this long, but Look at the basic description.
So I think it would be. It's after.
Modifiers for the maneuver are in effect when the hero performs the maneuver until he performs another maneuver. Okay. So I did find language in the original game that would indicate that it is in effect until you do something else. So
Okay, cool.
in that case, okay. So that means that she's going to sort of in this position of either trying to attack into the same dodge or maybe holding her action, but then you would get to go and things could get bad. She's going to go ahead and try to do it. She's just going to attack into the dodge. So she still needs an 8 or less. Didn't get it. And you do have this action. Oh, and she can't dodge. Yeah, that was the problem. Yeah, I should have. Wow. This gets so tricky. Anyway, it's your turn if she can't dodge.
Okay, yeah. I say something insulting about the water she's using.
Yeah.
What's water compared to the forgotten stone of the Naga city? Some bullshit like that. And then, yeah, I'm gonna tear through these. I'm just gonna walk right through these walls that were hard a second ago, and I'm gonna try to. I guess I'm just gonna try to punch her, do a little martial punch.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh man. Okay, I have my extra limb though, so I can't forget that. And okay, so I have it effectively at a 14 dex.
Okay, and she's at a 13 because I don't think extra limb doesn't add to defense, right?
Right.
Yeah, attack rolls only. So yeah, so you need a 12 or less.
Okay, I get it. I get a 7.
Okay.
Shit, I forgot to say how much. I mean, I'm trying to kill her, so I'm
Yeah.
putting my
So
all into it.
as
Okay,
much, just
as much as I can.
another.
Yeah. So I really need to stop forgetting that. So okay, so I have 5 from strength, and then +1 for +3d6 for the martial punch, and then what does my growth give me? I don't remember.
Oh, let me look.
And I'm trying to just punch her. Well, if I punch her into the water, she's like a water person. So I'm actually punching her down into the ship, like through the
Okay.
floor of the ship.
Okay.
I don't want to punch her into the water.
Do you mind? Do you want me to roll a d6 to check knockback?
Yes, please, please.
All right. Oh, you
Oh,
whatever your core rolled is going to be how many
okay.
hexes you knock her back.
Oh, really?
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Yeah, it
And
was a
then let me just
6.
see. So I add 3 strength right to my growth, I think. Right? I have
Sorry,
3.
how many levels of growth do you have?
I have 3.
Yeah, 3. 3d6.
Okay, so 3. All right. So it's not that crazy. Let's see. Oh man. All right. Okay, so the core. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 hexes of knockback. So I might just punch her through the whole ship. I don't know. I guess it
Yeah,
depends on.
you do punch her through
Yeah.
the.
Yeah,
What's
and then the body. Oh man. 10.
well, it's 13, right?
Okay, so oh right. So then the knockout. Sorry.
The knockout,
So
yeah.
10, 20, 30, 40, 46.
Okay. All right. Well, she's down there somewhere.
Okay. And I punch her and then can I move after it? I'm sorry, I'm so terrible. I don't know any of the rules really bad.
No, I don't think you can move after you attack. So
Okay, and
you can't follow her up this turn.
Okay, and then I'm yelling out to the people, these soldiers who are turning to like fight me, and I say, flee! Look at what I've just done to you. Your best. Look at what I've just done. Throw yourselves into the water.
Okay,
So I want to presence attack them.
go ahead and make another presence attack. Let's see. You do have not repeated content. You're in combat. That's one. But you do have the violent action. Airplane setting. Let's give you plus 3d6 on this one.
All right. Okay. All right, 9.
Okay. So they immediately, the soldiers on deck immediately flee in terror and sort of like the ship is starting to take on water, right? And
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah, Jesus.
flounder, and I think like probably like the rest of the fleet is in chaos. They're starting to, some of the ships are like the smaller, more agile ships are trying to like pull away and maybe like escape the situation, but the other ones are sort of like in disarray and like jostling each other. And I think at that point, like the the Ierendian army or like the Marines start like getting into like boat, like just fishing boats and like like small boats all along the docks and like paddling out and like attack. They're on the run.
Oh my God. Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be happening. Is there a let's look at the so that was your phase 4.
I like the punching stuff.
Yeah, this punching is a lot of fun in this game.
Pretty good.
I'm a big fan. What are you gonna do on your phase 6?
Oh, for my
Oh,
phase 4, I'm gonna try to rocket out
Oh, okay, you're gonna
and
try to
yeah.
rock it on phase
nice,
6.
Uh,
Okay.
nice.
and
Go
I
ahead.
couldn't find anything about like movement outside of combat, except for
Oh,
like the expanded scale.
e- I think there's something. I know there's something in the. Well, roll for your.
Oh yeah, I guess one of us has to succeed on an ego roll today.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a
correct.
success. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was under move it. Weird. I could swear this was well. I'm going to look up MPH.
Yeah, in the there is
Ah,
that table in the combat
yeah,
chapter.
this table is what I'm talking about.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
It's page 176, so it's your speed, which would be 3 for our purposes, for the purposes of using this table, because it's
Uh huh.
and 15. Are you 15? Flight 15? Yeah, it may be. It maybe you
10.
take. Yeah. Maybe you. If you're going 15 hexes, maybe you get there in 3 phases.
Okay, so I might show up sometime next turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Or at the end of this turn, basically. Like
Okay.
you got it started on 10 or 12. Anyway, but what are you doing on your phase 6, Naga?
Wait, let me just quickly. I need to write down how much endurance that was. So that was 8 endurance. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm like, tearing through the boat and going down, and like, I don't want to go into the water because I feel like, you know, if only I could control my lungs, and I don't remember what all these organs are called. My mouth
Right.
and lungs were in the other realm, and they were breathing air, but I don't know if I can.
Right.
I
Well,
can't
I
like
think if
fine
you
control.
Well, there's a small hole in the boat. The hole may be small for you. If you expend like some strength again, you should be able to tear through the boat just fine.
Yeah, I'm tearing through the boat. So how much strength do you want me to spend?
Let's just look up wood.
And I'm saying something like, you won't get away from me or something ridiculous.
So it's like defense 3, body 4. So it's like set 7d6 strength should, guaranteed get through it.
Okay.
All of that.
Oh, so I have to spend 7 endurance. Oh my
Yeah, but
god.
I think at the bottom of the boat you find like the bottom of the boat is like taking on water, and her like the the shreds of her like uniform are floating on the surface of the water.
Right.
You can make a perception roll if you want.
Yep. Yes, please. All right. I fail. I get a
Okay.
14.
All right. Well, there's water down there, and she is also made of water. So,
Yeah. I'm like
yeah,
really angry, all that stuff.
yeah, yeah,
And then I say, all right, if you won't come out, I'll just tear the rest of your fleet apart. And then I, kind of, you know, lift myself out the hole I just made, and yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Well, I guess I'll do that next phase or whatever.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think, given everything that's happening, I think I'm tempted to take it as given that you can, as a baseline, you can defeat the fleet because you're also being assisted by the Ierendian Marines and presumably Paladin when he shows up, but not necessarily prevent the escape of several ships. It takes like seven strength for you to like basically hull a ship, right? So
Right.
how many more of these could you get through before you had to like take a breather?
Yeah, I think I'm just it's kind of yeah. Um and the whole time I'm just yelling about telling her to come out basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Well, once again, I mean, she's just gone.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I think
Sorry about
yeah.
all of the like escaping villains. It seems like this one makes more sense than maybe the
Oh
last
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she went right into the water. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
but effectively, you like at the end of a long day of ship smashing. I mean, like there's maybe half of the fleet is limping home out of the harbor
Wow.
while you sort of like you and the paladin are like you know whenever you come to shore, you're just like huge crowds are cheering and like hailing you as heroes and so on, and like
Well, and Rod, I was getting when I'm like flying and landing on the that's the flagship, right? So
yeah, yeah,
I'm grabbing the flag,
you're grabbing the
and
flag,
I mean
right? Yeah.
I
Oh,
want an unusual looks for when the gobos pop
Okay,
out of the
yeah, go
paladin
ahead.
waving the enemy's flag
Go
triumphantly,
ahead
like.
and roll your unusual looks, but have such a well, yeah, roll them.
Yeah, they trigger.
Okay, but make a presence attack also
Okay.
but you get a -1
Hmm.
for the looks, but
oh cool.
uh,
Okay.
you get I think +1 for appropriate setting,
Sure.
and if you want to say anything, you could potentially turn the situation around.
Oh yeah, I mean, this we tore this this symbol from the enemy, and it's gonna go into
Yeah,
the temple of the Naga alongside Glauger's anchor,
Oh,
as a warning to those who would mess with
yeah,
Ierendi and our fellow countrymen.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
Who's talking? Man?
I think probably um, I think Lola probably.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
oh, cool. Okay, okay.
All right. So go ahead and roll your. I'll give you a like +1 for that. So
cool.
net zero, I guess. Let's roll your presence.
Well,
Oh,
+1 because of the appropriate setting total.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. Net +1.
Ooh, I have two, three, four, five.
Well, it's your
Nice.
lucky day because I got 0.
Oh,
Oh,
Double.
all
wow.
right.
So, like, at least for this moment, the crowd is just like cheering the Gabos on and just like loving the flag waving around and just saying, you know, hooray for the paladin,
Not the Gabos, but the
hooray,
Paladin.
hooray for the Naga. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Okay, and the
yeah,
Naga is looking like um downcast and is like in it like thinks, and it has a big thought bubble that's like, you know, it was, it was so easy as to be almost hollow. This can't be real. And she just starts, amidst the cheering, and I probably the Gobos don't notice until she's gone. She's like slinking off up into the sky to go and brood and turn back into Shala.
yeah.
Now, Rod, I'm
What?
curious if Lola senses malice. Is there anyone in
Oh,
the crowd whose plan has been foiled, and who's pissed
Oh,
that the
yeah,
Erendians have been kicked out?
true.
yeah, yes. I think that's a good point. Oh, by the way, yeah, let's develop out some of the NPCs uh, reactions. I think
Yeah.
Ababa Sa is there, and he's just like, yes, the Naga. I was
Okay.
the Naga all along, right? Or whatever. He's like just like throwing treasure. I think his men have probably been out on the fleets and have like
Yeah.
scoured the ships for any like
Yeah.
gold or whatever they can find, and are like throwing coins to the
See,
and like
if you love the Naga, don't forget to vote for me.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Throwing stuff to the like, but I think Lola, like while the Gabos are enjoying like the attention and Papa is waving the flag, I think Lola out of the corner of her eye catches like the a few like palanquins like from the palace with porters bearing like on the edge of the crowd and like the I need to check this guy's name again. Anyone doesn't remember that one dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Yoji Mako.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
she sees like him, like the curtain part, and him like sort of look out, glaring and sort of muttering, and then she also sees like looking over his shoulder, like deep within the shadows of the palanquin, and she sees what looks like Iyoshamadi in the same palanquin with him.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh
Wow, that made
no.
me gasp. Okay, well, the Naga doesn't see any of this because she's like,
Yep.
she's like fucked off, and she's like glumly like walking up this really, really high spiral staircase, and she's like, that's not how it went. That couldn't have been real. Um, it. How could it have been like that? How could it have been so easy? That couldn't have been real. And yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I guess people just see her like leaving.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They're sort of like celebrate, like they're sort of cheering her as she's like walk, like going off and not really like paying attention to her like actual aspect or
Right.
appearance or like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right. Um, all right, and so that's what happened there. What time? And I I'm not super sure. Like I don't have the definite plan for what happens next. Like what would be like well, I will say I mean I will say one thing, right? Like at some point like right during the well what would everyone be doing like immediately after like the celebration settles down?
So can you remind me where Glauger's at? What's going on with Glauger?
Okay, he's somewhere in one of the caves on the side of
Yeah.
you know
The Naga wants to go talk.
you have seen
So
him like Lola saw him one time.
yes, okay, I remember that. Yeah, so I think the Naga is saying like, we were supposed to lose. This
Hmm.
can't be right, and she wants to go talk to like, the person who lost, which was Glauger, and he must have been on the right side. So she's gonna go try to find Glauger.
Interesting.
Okay.
And I think I think Papa Gabo wants to immediately accuse the people in the Paladins, but he's held back, and I think they're gonna go. The Paladin is gonna go talk to Glauber as well because we need to
Okay.
figure out what's happening here.
Yeah,
So you're both
Glauger.
okay. So you're both gonna go head up to talk to Glenn. Okay, we can go ahead and do this. You can go up to
Okay,
the.
cool.
I think go ahead and use your awareness.
Ah, failure.
Failure. Okay, that's interesting. Do you have any? Do you have any other resources for finding Glauger? I mean,
Oh,
he's not
well, we did. We
super.
saw him earlier. Is that the cave he was in? We know to go back there.
Yeah. So you can like look around his cave, and I mean, you would sort of see the evidence that he's been there in the form of like pig bones and like banana just whole banana
Yeah.
trees that have been stripped of their bananas and things like that. Uh,
He's a cool guy.
but it looks like he's like moved. You
Oh,
get you get
yeah,
the impression that he's moving around from location to location, I would say, but without the awareness, it's not like a slam dunk to find
right.
him. Is what I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Like
So
he's definitely not super stoked about talking to you.
for
Like kicked his ass last time. Uh,
so no, I think we scope that out pretty quickly, and we'll go back to the temple, and we will get his anchor, and put the flag back. Put the flag in its place, but we'll take his anchor and go back into the jungle and kind of wave it around and try to get his attention that way.
okay. All right. So you're just gonna keep tracking him down. I think when you go back to the temple for that, though, when you see like a deputation of like servants from the palace waiting for you and
Okay.
or sort of like functionaries or sort of like a random official in like fancier gear. Uh, and he says, "Is it both of you or?"
I don't think I was traveling with the Gabos. I'm looking
Yeah.
for
We're
Glauger on my own.
Oh, you're
yeah.
completely separate. Okay.
I mean, I walked up into the air and slumped off.
Yep.
I'm not
Okay,
in, yeah, we're not in communication.
that's
That's what I
interesting.
was imagining too, Sam. Yeah.
Do you want
Yeah.
to? Well, do you want to make a? Well, you would have to like go lurk in your What am I trying to say?
Yeah, I have to go lurk in some like tower up and like do my little game. I'm gonna do that. I want to find where Glauber is.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so this is gonna take a little bit. Yeah, hopefully I can succeed
So that
here.
means that Shala's out and about, right?
Um. All right. Yeah, it does mean that Shell is out and about. Shit. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Okay. So the Naga like goes off into like out of the city, and then Shala is like, you know, coming back into the world outside of the city. Like, is it a jungle? Is it woods? Like, what is it? Kind of
Well, it's
like.
kind of like there's kind of like a orchard, like banana trees and stuff, like kind of like a controlled jungle
Okay.
type environment. But then as you get
Right.
higher up on the mountain slope, it's just like rocky and bare, like
Okay. So
some like skiing
shit.
skiing vents and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't think about this, but so yeah, because the Naga is not going to be able to just find him. Um,
All right.
yeah, okay, yep.
Well, is she just
Shallow's
like
coming.
stranding shallow on the side of the mountain and making her walk back?
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, no, because that doesn't make much sense. She's not
No.
trying to like kill Shala. Like, Shala's her like connection to the world. So
Right.
no, she's gonna walk off, um, to Ababa's house
Okay.
and have Shala kind of pop in there because I think yeah, and then I'll make my detective work roll,
Okay.
and I succeeded, so I got a
Okay.
9.
Okay. So I think
Or
you
wait, she would just head back. Well, no, to Ababa's house. I don't want to put Shala right into the temple.
okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so I guess so the point is that you know where to find Glauger. Um, Shala's at Avaba's house, and she's sort of in charge of the uh, metaphysical conjunction for right now. And so it's Junkyard Paladin who is at the temple when the deputation comes up, and I guess hands you, says you are functionaries of the temple, are you not?
Uh, yes, yes,
Okay. All right.
we're guardians.
He and so he hands you this sort of like scroll case in like a coral scroll case, and uh, this message is for the Naga. I am empowered to let you know that it is an important invitation to the palace for official business. But if the Naga or her representatives can read this message, they will, it'll explain what. Roll your unusual looks.
Oh yeah,
Or if you were, well, I don't know, maybe you're all just in there in the
yeah,
suit.
yeah.
Let's not worry about it for now.
Okay.
He's not here. He's just here to like hand you a scroll and get the hell out of here, basically. So, unless
One moment, good sir. Conference. Like, we gotta go find Glauger. Like, no, if we go to the palace, we might, sleuth out something. Uh, okay, we got it. Like, okay, we're going to this banquet, I guess. Back out. Like, uh, if we are to represent the temple at this official function, we will, of course, require suitable dress and tailoring. Uh, this cloak, this threadbare cloak, is no way to present ourselves to the queen.
uh, he says, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I haven't been authorized to bring money, but if you have any needs, you can present them at the palace at your leisure. I'm sure there's someone around tomorrow. Have a good day. Like he's just gonna try to run away, like scurry off. He does not want to
Uh,
be.
I mean, this. tell
Yeah.
me if this is a presence attack or what, but like we'd like him to stay around so he could bring our list of requirements back with him. He's you brought the scroll here. You can bring our list back to the palace with you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he'll if you take a return message, he'll wait around for it and
So he's turning. He gets like picked up and turned around.
okay.
If one
Yeah.
moment, if you came all this way,
All
uh,
right.
yeah, sit and enjoy, the hospitality of our courtyard. There's clear water and monastic bread. Uh, and yeah, so we're gonna need something with epaulets, lots of shiny buttons. In the colors of the Ierendi Marines, obviously.
Okay. I guess
So,
yeah, I guess if he's pulled out or his servants have given him his writing kit and he's sort of like taking this down with the most like forlorn expression on his face. What kind of hell am I stuck
and a toupee.
in?
Yeah, so
All
we'll
right.
load him down with demands
Okay.
about shoes and such, and then send him on his way.
Yeah, he'll scurry off then. Um, I guess we can look at Shala
Yeah.
at Ababa's house, who I think will be like, Shala, my beloved daughter, priestess of the Naga,
Yes, okay,
glory of the
yes.
day.
And she had, normally when she changes back, I feel like I think this time for some reason she's brought back some clothes from the other realm. So she's wearing like some weird like she just looks kind of cooler. She's wearing like a weird like snake headdress thing or something, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And some green. It's like very green and emeraldy and stuff. And because she was like wandering around for so long and she's been exploring more. So she has like a pretty like emerald bracelet on or something.
Right, right.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, I came just to make sure you were all safe. I heard you, participated in the battle. Um, I think, yeah, and I'm thinking that she, was demanding that the Naga bring her here, like when,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that's why she,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll tell you about some of his exploits and and they were running like rats and we took this and took that. We got their armory and we got their treasury and so on.
Yeah, and so Shala's like,
We got there ahead of the Marines. We knew exactly where to go to get the good stuff before they could.
and she like watched this battle happen from the other, this other place.
Yeah.
So she knows whether or not it's true what he's saying, but it doesn't matter. And so she's like, so now you've seen the splendor of the Naga. How do you feel about my shabby little throwback of a temple now?
Well, obviously things have changed. I mean, before we had no way to know that the Naga wasn't just some sort of giant big snake here to exploit us, but obviously now that the Naga has proven her proven our dedication to protecting Ierendi from its enemies, that we can trust her with our lives and in particular I of course have a lot of nautical experience, and if we could put the fleet back together, we could chase those Thyacians. And he's like pitching his admiral.
Oh,
you know
yeah. Yeah, and Shaw's like, oh, yeah. So, the Naga, if she could listen to this, maybe she'd have a reaction. But she's somewhere doing some weird stuff with
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
strange game, so she doesn't care. She doesn't give a shit about this. And Shala also, she's like, oh, well, I think what really the temple is in need of most right now is you know we've gotten caught up in this community outreach nonsense. Or I mean, it's very noble, but we need some wealthy patrons. And
And so,
I know you were all into the immortals and everyone's talking about the immortals, but I think you've seen, the power of a true
yes,
living
yes. Well,
deity.
that's my point. Like you're the representative, so you can strike. It's time for you to strike while the iron is hot and go to the palace and show them that, they need you and they need to be supporting you financially and making good decisions about who's going to be in charge of the new navy.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And Shala says, "Yes, yes, you're right." With that, that I this is a secret that I don't want you to tell anyone, but the Naga is somewhat of our relationship has changed from a worshiper to a god to somewhat of a um a master and a servant. And the Naga, and and so I think you know maybe you're right.
He's gonna.
I should get into the palace. Can you help me? Or do I even need your help? Or
Uh, I'm just gonna make an intelligence roll for him. Uh, he says, "I'm confident you can do it on your own. Just think of me. Think of me. But I will be here to help you with anything you might need in terms of, if you need a new dress for the palace, we can always go shopping.
okay, so
Plenty of
this is
money
cool.
holds up some treasure. Plenty of money now that the Tahitian.
Okay, yeah, this is great. So I think, Shala has a cool new weird otherworld city dress, I think, and some cool, emeralds and stuff. And she's just, yeah, I guess she's gonna try to get, some attention to the palace. Now, I don't know. She knows though that some shit is going on with like the palace people, and she knows that there's some bad, there is some kind of bad blood there. But I think she's now thinking like, you know what, maybe that did get cleared up. Like this is a real opportunity, and
Right, right.
so yeah, she's gonna go to the palace
Okay.
to see what she
Okay.
can do.
And so I guess the question now is, mm, it, well, is the paladin still going to try to find Glauger again? Because
What?
now we've got the Naga knows
Right.
where Glauger is, but she's off in her own thing while Shala is going to the palace. So if Shala is going to be in charge, then she's not going to look for Glauger. Um,
Yeah, we're not
you
gonna
did
look for
already
Glaug.
like.
We're
Oh,
Oh no,
you're
you're
muted.
muted.
oh, sorry. We are uh focused on this banquet and this opportunity now. So we've got, the paladin is kind of broken down in the courtyard, and we're, filing off rust and
Okay.
polishing what
Okay.
we can, and fixing the dents and things, and waiting for our clothes to arrive, and yeah, trying to make ourselves make ourselves presentable for this banquet.
Okay. Let me look at the notes I had for the queen again. Don't have a lot. Um, well, I know it's short, but would you all mind wrapping it up here
No,
so I
not
can
at
really think
all.
about it? Because it sounds like, we're all meeting in the palace, and this is at long last, this is what time to find out how the other half lives.